The mystery of geothermal heating and cooling explained. In today's world, energy consumption is all over the media. Going green is the new buzzword. Everything is about saving energy and reducing your carbon footprint. The logic behind these green systems is simple, and now the technology is to a point that makes them economical. One of those energy systems is geothermal heating and cooling. What it means. The term may sound sophisticated, but is actually fairly simple. It involves taking heat from one area and transferring it to another, depending on the need for heating and cooling. Geothermal heating and cooling uses the scientific fact that heat moves from hot to cold. The key to the whole system is that Earth below the frost level stays at a constant temperature, around 55 degrees Fahrenheit. That consistency is what allows geothermal to work for both heating and cooling. During the winter months. In the winter months, when heating is desired, the Earth is warmer than the building. In the summer months, when cooling is desired, the Earth is cooler than the building. The transfer of heat needs a medium, and in a geothermal system, that medium is a mixture of water and antifreeze. That mixture is pumped through pipes that are installed in the ground below the frost line. In the wintertime, heat from the ground is transferred into the tubes, which then go into a heat pump. The heat is extracted with the use of electricity, heating the building, and in the summertime, when cooling is desired, the system is reversed. The heat from the building is transferred into the tubes, which go into the ground. The ground, being cooler than the building, extracts the heat, cooling the tubes. The heat pump then blows air over the cool tubes and cools the building. Different options. There are two types of geothermal systems, open loop and closed loop. Open loop, also known as groundwater heat pump, takes water from a well, lake, or stream and pumps it to the heat pump. The water, like the ground around it, is about 55 degrees Fahrenheit. After the heat pump, the water is discharged into a discharge well or, where allowed, back into the lake or stream. The open loop system is more economical, but it has some disadvantages. The biggest of these is the issue of what to do with the discharged water that comes from the process. The closed loop system is just like it sounds. The water mixture stays in the tubes and is circulated from the ground to the heat pump, gaining heat in the warm area and releasing the heat in the cool area. One way to reduce energy, no matter what kind of heating and cooling system you have, is to install a programmable thermostat. A programmable thermostat allows you to set the temperature changes for the entire week, allowing you in the heating months to have the house cooler while you're away and the temperature you want when you return. You can reduce your carbon footprint by switching to a geothermal or solar heating and cooling system today.